Just gorgeous. Look at that. Unbelievable. Yes. What is good, rat people? Canal rats. Welcome, Paul K. I am fired up this morning because it is chance of impending doom rain, and that's going to keep the boat traffic down, going to keep the people down, and hopefully it'll be a good one. Beautiful sunrise this morning, really one of those red ones, but chance of rain all day today. So we're fishing for stripers, and it's kind of sticky, icky out, and we got a big old cruise ship coming down the lane, and hang in there. Let's see if we can catch some stripers. And I'm hearing them fish hawks up high. That means there's bait out. And so the conditions this morning, sticky, 70s. And in my area, I'm about 18 miles from here. It was pouring rain all night, and I got off work, and I came down in the rain, and all of a sudden, lo and behold, we got the beautiful sunrise, and somehow God's hand is blocking the rain from this area. So how cool is that? So everyone's afraid of the rain, and it's not raining. So it's got that slick, greasy look to it, which I hope means fish. And we are on, I think it's a day away from the full moon, but we'll call it the full moon. Tide should be cranking today. We're on the west tide. This is about mid-tide now, and right at sunrise. And if you remember from last week, we're going to try, I got the rigs out, but I'll show them to you when I pull them in. We got that monster 14-aught, whatever it is, hook out there, see if I can get a better hookup ratio. You'll see I'll have the foul weather gear on every now and then. Actually, it's starting to drizzle now. But we are here, we're fishing. Mac chunks on the bottom, and you know the drill. Let's go. Jesus, it's amazing what they fit down here. The floating city. Look at this thing. It's a cruise ship, obviously. The Viking Mars. My goodness. Let's get everything on that thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 high. Comparatively to the size of, well, how cruise ships go, that's kind of a small one, but amazing to see it a few feet in front of you. You can see people sitting in their rooms just looking out in their bathrobes. Take me with you! Come out on the balcony. She heard me too. Look at those lifeboats. Those are quite amazing. All completely encapsulated. I doubt you're going to fit the whole ship on those things though. The Viking Mars. Look at the water displacement though. The achievement of designing the hull of that ship. It's like rowboats come through here and they make more wake. There's just no wake to those things. That's crazy. So Viking Mars Bergen, I don't know if that's where it's from, but that's probably American ship, I would assume. I don't know the lines, but cool to see mere feet in front of us. Cool stuff. So have I got a blockbuster for you guys and all saltwater sportsmen. And I am blown away by this, but I've heard from very reputable sources that this is incredible. I don't even want to say it. But next year there are plans proposed, and it's a rumor right now, but it's from really, really good sources, but I don't even want to say it. They're going to close down the striper fishery for 2 months, and the 2 months that they're going to close it down, I think from what I've heard, it's right in the middle, the best time obviously of the migration, so June and July. I mean, what? I don't know what the rules are, what the bylaws are going to be. I don't know if we can still fish for them. I don't know how they can stop us from fishing for them and releasing them, but you can't keep them. They're going to close it down. It's a very interesting proposal, something I want to know. Whoop, there's a touch there on that rod. I want to know if it's still going to be open for the commercials, and that will tell everything. If they're going to shut the fishery down for everybody, of us, recreational fishermen, and leave it open for the commercials, that shows you they're just that's where all the fish are going. It's money orientated, like the world is, but we'll see. But it's a huge blockbuster. Sorry to drop that on you. Kind of take the. Oops, something going on here. Look at that. It might be a blackfish. They're not really. He's pecking at it, but it's definitely a fish. But so that's how that goes. We'll see what develops. We'll see what develops here with this. Come on, take it. That's the rod with the huge hook on it too. Come on. All right, so I'll let you know. Anyway, the rest of the fishing report: full moon, wind out of the southwest as usual per this time of year. On the east tide, temperature is in the mid 70s. It's going to get a little warmer today and humider, if that's a word. And it's going to, barometric pressure is around 29.86. And when I left it was about steady, but it should be rising soon. Should be cleared out by midday, this foul weather. So that's the report for today. So I'm rebaiting. Here's this ridiculously giant hook that I've got on there. The gap is everything, but it's a lot easier to bait. You know, it was a lot easier to put the bait on because that gap is wider. But cow, or freaking, it was huge. What the heck? Right where that boat is right now. They saw it. It was right in front of them. Wow. You know, big enough for a tuna. I mean, it was huge. Crazy. I hope that came out on film. So this rod was getting taps, and I picked it up and I just tried to set the hook, and I hooked them, and it felt pretty good size. Didn't feel like a blackfish. And so I bent over. I hate this part, to try to turn the camera on. Just as I turned the camera on, I felt that tick, and he got off. So it wasn't hooked well, but and I hate saying that because you can't see it, but it's just what happened. So at least I know they're here. You know, there's fish activity going on. The fish hawks are here. They just need me to hook up one. Let's go. All right, here we go. Fish on. You fooled around and found out. Here we go. All right, let's do it. Just under slot. All right, that was on the big hook too. I should have showed the hook set. I should have showed how it hooked and just how you typically, but that was on the big hook. But it's fun against these moon tides, the strength of them. It's a lot of fun. The adrenaline wakes you up too. I was dozing off when that happened. There's some birds working straight ahead over there, if you can see them, with my non-zoomable camera. But we're on the boards, and let's go. Come on. There's a big old work ship coming down the alleyway here. And the clouds are clearing off. It was supposed to be off and on when I left this morning, when I left work, and I went home, and then I came down here. it was pouring out, and I thought, well, you can see the far weather gear, and when I started the show, I had it on. It was raining, but now it's cleared out pretty good. There's just little scuttings left, but not. It looks good. It looks cleared out. Be a nice day. And another one. A little rat guy. So that was an unusual hit. That was I thought it was a black sea bass. It was just a tap, and the rod didn't go down like a normal striper hit. So I picked the rod up and I sat in a chair and I was gonna just play with it, see if I could hook the black sea bass. Generally, unless it's a big old knucklehead, the hooks that I'm using are too big for black sea bass. You know, I've caught them on them before, plenty of them, but generally it's not the right size hook for them. But anyway, so I felt I handheld the rod and I felt the line go tighten out, and a few taps, and I kind of half-heartedly set the hook and reared back, and I got that stripe. That was weird. I don't know, that's strange why he just didn't take it. Generally they take it and it goes down. That's a weird hit, but that's cool. Let's go. Let's keep it going. Hola, another one. This is on the smaller hook, the normal hook. Yeah, buddy. Hey, check it out. Dude. All right, I was lucky to get that one. He got under a rock. The line got under a rock, but he swam out. When that happens, I generally just kind of let him give slack. Just give slack. I do that a lot when I'm fishing on beaches too, like boulder fields. It seems like they know that they can rub the line against the boulders, and they specifically wrap it around a boulder or get underneath, and they start sawing. But if you just let them have their way, a lot of times they swim out. And also, if you can feel the direction that they need to come out of. In other words, if you want them to go right, or if it's a feel. Oh, there's a touch on that one. There's a feel. You can kind of maneuver yourself so that it'll swim out from underneath it. But a lot of fish get lost that way. But I was lucky to get that one out. Come on, take it. It's starting to heat up here. Clouds are clearing out and fish are turning on. Come on. So they're slowing way down now, the tide, the lines are, still heading east, but it's slowing down now, it's slackening off. And all of a sudden these boats are all coming out of nowhere. The sun has come out and the rain's moved off, so here they come. Big money. Bigger money. That's Fat Tony, I can tell. Anyway, baits dropifying. And very good today. 3 fish, 3 hits, and 1 swing and a miss. There's a little touch on this one. It's Serenity, that's the name of that boat. What a beauty. That needs a crew to run. That's not a one-man show right there. So, hope you like this portion of the show. If you got stripers on your mind, come on down. It's a good week. And we'll see you at Spotcheck on the other side. See you. Alright, so we made it on the other side. Welcome to Spotcheck. So, this is kind of, I'll just come right out and explain it to you that the poles that we use as the guidelines between, last week we left off at Playland, which is 345, but now we're interested in pole 360, which is called the coal yards, and this is the coal yards, but the poles, they're not here, they're not in use like they normally all over the rest of the canal. They're just, so you go by these light poles, and it's between 357 and 360, and it's the coal yards, it's called. And so what this is there's points as we approach the railroad bridge that come out here at low tide that you can get out on, and with side scan sonar there's a series of holes here at the coal yard, and it's an amazing fishing spot. It's really good. It's been around forever and ever. This ain't one of the new spots. It's one of the old. Obviously, there's no coal yard here, so. But this is the coal yard, 357 to 360, and that will wrap up this week's spot check. And in hindsight, on today's fishing, 3 fish caught, 1 swing and a miss, but 2 were caught on the normal hook, and 1 was caught on the bigger hook. And that's really not conclusive enough to say that the bigger hooks are better, but I didn't have any problems with the bigger hook, let's put it that way. But as far as the ratio to hookups, it was 2 on the small and 1 on the big. So maybe I'll continue it next week. I'll consider doing that. So with that, thank you very much. Please hit the like and subscribe button. And don't forget to say your prayers. And we'll see you next week. See, 365. They're on these poles, but we don't have the poles in the middle. It's just every 5th pole. Like the next number up will be 370. So there's nothing to designate in between. Just in this stretch. It's unusual why it is, but it's the only place on the canal that it's like that. But anyway,